course tells me that it wasn't just the Baltimore Ravens. It was three teams: the Cleveland Browns, the Philadelphia Eagles, and it also was Baltimore Ravens. Now, this is where the perspective gets skewed, because why would Shedeur not want to go to Baltimore? If any team has been on the cutting edge of saying we figured out the recipe of drafting and developing good players to play great and elite, that's one of the teams that does it at a high level.
Cam Newton just dropped a major bombshell in the midst of the Shedeur Sanders and Ravens controversy, and it changes everything. According to Cam, it wasn't just the Baltimore Ravens who were eyeing Shedeur. He revealed that the Philadelphia Eagles also reached out to him. But here's the kicker. Cam straight up said that Shedeur made a huge mistake by not choosing the Ravens. Why? Because, in his words, the Ravens are the only franchise with a proven system to draft rookies and actually turn them into top-tier players. This adds a whole new level to the ongoing debate and really cranks up the stakes when it comes to Shedeur's future and the decisions he's made.
Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts has been nothing less than a model citizen. And of course, he's thinking to himself like, you're talking about development. You're talking about preparing him to be a potential starting quarterback. These are individuals that is a no-brainer. The third team was the Cleveland Browns.
But Cam didn't stop there. He raised an interesting question. If not the Ravens, why didn't Shedeur take the opportunity to join Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles? According to Cam, that decision could have given Shedeur a real shot at starting, all while learning from Hurts, who's been a standout leader in the league. With Jalen's experience and the Eagles' solid system, Shedeur could have gotten the mentorship and backing he needed. Instead, Cam pointed out, Shedeur decided to go his own way, a way that, for now, doesn't seem to be leading to anything too promising. Cam Newton made it clear that every player has to make the decision they believe is best for them, and for Shedeur, that meant choosing the Cleveland Browns. However, Cam emphasized that very few people agree with that decision. While Shedeur may have wanted to avoid disrespecting Lamar Jackson or Jalen Hurts, Cam believes the choice still appears to be the wrong one. Instead of joining a team where he could grow alongside proven leaders, Shedeur opted for a gamble that doesn't seem to be paying off. By passing on the opportunity to learn from players like Hurts, Shedeur may have missed a chance for real mentorship and growth, and that's something fans and experts alike are questioning.
The thought is, if I go into Cleveland, I would have more of a chance to play and compete for a position rather than hoping that an individual gets hurt. You have to do what's best for you, even if nobody agrees with it. That's something that you.
Cam Newton didn't back down from his position, saying Shedeur Sanders let a huge opportunity slip by turning down the Ravens. For Cam, it wasn't just about football. Training under Lamar Jackson would have been a crash course in handling the pressure that comes with being the face of a franchise. Cam pointed out that watching Lamar navigate the media spotlight, manage expectations, and handle leadership duties would have given Shedeur invaluable lessons that can't be learned just by watching from the sidelines. According to Cam, learning to manage fame, responsibility, and your image off the field is just as crucial as performance on game day. In that sense, Shedeur might have missed a chance for an education that could have defined his career.
And there are some things that if you could go back and change, obviously hindsight's 20/20. But when you're looking at the better situation is definitely Baltimore, where you could potentially learn from a great and see how he manages so many different things outside of football rather than just performing at an elite level.
Cam Newton didn't just express doubts. He strongly disagreed with the idea that Shedeur Sanders could realistically become the Browns' starter anytime soon. He pointed out that Shedeur is currently third on Cleveland's depth chart, behind both Dillon Gabriel and the experienced Joe Flacco. This makes the path to a starting role much more challenging than many might expect. In Cam's opinion, this situation significantly limits Shedeur's opportunities to grow and showcase his talent. He argued that even without guaranteed playing time, the Ravens would have provided a far more supportive environment, surrounded by elite players and strong leadership, which could have helped Shedeur develop much faster than staying in Cleveland's current setup.
You know, the starter, Dillon Gabriel, who's now the second quarterback at hand, and then obviously Joe Flacco. And when you consider those things, it's like, yo, like, what situation is better? You know.
But he didn't know that he was going to wind up in Cleveland.
No.
He didn't know that.
Cam Newton isn't the only one raising concerns. Emmanuel Acho has also been vocal about Shedeur Sanders' decision. Acho believes that by turning down the Ravens, Shedeur may have missed out on a rare, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. He emphasized that moments like this don't come around often, and when they do, players need to take advantage of them. According to Acho, the NFL is a league full of unpredictability, where careers can change in the blink of an eye. That's why, in his opinion, even if the situation isn't perfect, taking the risk is often the smarter choice. Passing it up, he warned, could become one of those decisions players regret in the future. Emmanuel Acho didn't back down, insisting that Shedeur Sanders may have made a major mistake by passing up the Ravens. He drew a comparison to Tom Brady's story. How Brady, despite being overlooked and drafted in the 6th round, seized his opportunity with the Patriots and turned it into a legendary career. Acho stressed that the key isn't always about immediate playing time, but rather being in the right system and culture to grow. In his view, Baltimore could have provided just that, an environment where Shedeur would have had the mentorship, resources, and stability needed to develop into a great player over time.
Shedeur Sanders said he looks up to what quarterback?
The GOAT.
It was Tom Brady, right?
The GOAT.
When Tom Brady was drafted, was it in the 1st round?
No.
Was it in the 2nd round?
No.
Was it in the 3rd round?
No.
Was it in the 4th round?
No.
Was it in the 5th round?
No.
It was in the 6th round.
Yeah.
Now, when he was drafted, the first $100 million quarterback ever was on the Patriots. Drew Bledsoe. And Tom Brady turned into the GOAT.
On the other hand, former NFL star LaShawn McCoy defended Shedeur Sanders, challenging the wave of criticism he's facing. McCoy argued that just because Shedeur didn't choose the Ravens doesn't mean his decision was wrong. He pointed out that Shedeur likely wouldn't have been a starter right away in Baltimore, or with most teams, but that doesn't mean his choice lacks merit. From McCoy's viewpoint, Shedeur approached the situation wisely. While he might not be leading an offense right now, McCoy believes Shedeur's time will come, and when it does, he'll show exactly why he deserves to be a starting quarterback in the NFL.
I agree.
What are we talking about? It's Shedeur, the same guy that we thought was going number 1, number 2, or top or 1st round pick. Now you go in the 5th round. Why would I want to go somewhere where I can't play? Because you ain't playing with Lamar. I don't care what Deion, Prime, who you ain't playing with Lamar ever. It's never ever gonna happen, no matter how good he is.
But don't all rookies outside of top 2, top 3 round picks, you come into the league, you start as a backup, you work your way up.
It's how you think. When you think Shedeur was raised by Deion Sanders, he's gonna have a lot of confidence. I'm a starting quarterback in this NFL league. Okay, I can't do that with Lamar. I can't do that with Josh. I can't do that with the Chiefs, but I can do that with the Browns.
The ongoing debate surrounding Shedeur Sanders' decision to pass on the Ravens and instead choose the Cleveland Browns is bound to have long-lasting effects on his career. Cam Newton's strong remarks about Shedeur's choice, claiming he missed a golden opportunity by not joining a proven franchise like the Ravens, adds fuel to the fire. Newton's perspective, suggesting that the Ravens would have provided an ideal environment for Shedeur to grow under Lamar Jackson's mentorship, raises important questions about the future of the young quarterback. With Shedeur currently 3rd on Cleveland's depth chart, the path to a starting role appears more uncertain, leaving critics to wonder if he's limiting his chances for growth and development. However, LaShawn McCoy offers a counterpoint, defending Shedeur's decision as a thoughtful one, acknowledging that immediate playing time isn't always the most important factor. McCoy believes that Shedeur is taking the right approach, and when his time comes, he will prove he deserves to be a starter. The pressure on Shedeur is mounting, with critics and defenders alike shaping the narrative around him. Whether or not he will change the script depends on his ability to prove his critics wrong. If he can rise to the challenge, make the most of his time with the Browns, and eventually earn a starting role, Shedeur has the chance to rewrite the narrative of his early career. How he handles these pressures will be crucial in defining his future in the NFL. What do you all think about Shedeur Sanders' decision to pass on the Ravens and choose the Cleveland Browns? Do you agree with Cam Newton's take that he missed a major opportunity to learn and grow under Lamar Jackson? Or do you think LaShawn McCoy's perspective holds more weight, that Shedeur is taking the right approach and his time will come? With Shedeur currently sitting as the third option on the Browns' depth chart, do you think he made the right choice for his future, or is he limiting his chances for growth? How do you think this decision will shape his career moving forward? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's hear your take on the situation.